Yeah,
Hey, hey,
what it do?
what's going on? Hold on a second.
Chilling.
All right. Busy D. Williams, everybody. Or do you
What
just
it
go by
do?
Busy X?
Both. You know what I'm saying?
Both.
Like Busy D Williams is the cool. You know what I'm saying? And Busy X. It came about. Like my father. That was the X. My father carried the X through the penitentiary system, and then like growing up, since my last name was Williams, like it started with the W. You know what I'm saying? So every time names got called, my name got called last. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now
Okay.
I
Right.
like it's I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm the first, not the last. Like,
Right.
I ain't going out like that. So now I like the Busy X.
Busy X. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome to the platform. Welcome to Hip Hop United. You pretty much just, introduce yourself. Let everybody know where you from, how you got started in the industry.
Um, I got started in Washington D.C. Um, just really being a fan of the culture and being a product of the culture. Um, this is just my contribution, my give back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and uh, last 5 years I was in liquor distribution,
Uh-huh.
and we we worked hard and accomplished
Okay.
some goals, and now we here, uh kind of like trying to do our part in
Right.
the times that we live in there. You know what I'm
So have you been in the music industry for 5 years too, or?
saying? Emotionally, I was trying to detach from it, you know what I'm saying? But because it's a liquor game, you know what I'm saying? You gotta work with who
Mm.
artists, because you need influence, and you need to be present, and you need to be out in the forefront. So you gotta,
Right.
so I was just, with me being an artist here, those were friends, you know what I'm saying? So it was like friends just working together, you know what I'm saying? So
Got you. Got you.
yeah.
So who are some of the people that inspired you?
I like the culture. So I was before I got into it. I was fans of like Master P. Like my last project, that's why like one of my friends, Tree Gotti, produced the project, because when he was under Master P, producing for Master P, it was I was a fan of that, because it was Master P, and it was a friend of mine. So like like, so that's kind of like the hustle and the mentality that I was groomed on, that independent grind and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what inspires me. The hustle of the music, you know what I'm saying? Like now, and that's why I like got refound my love with music, because it has a like the hustle in it. The way it works now is better than the way it used to. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you can kind of like have more control over your product. So that's what I like about it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So what have you been doing though? Like you're currently in DC or Maryland?
I'm in DC.
DC.
Yeah.
How is it out there? Have you been participating in any of the protests or anything?
Nah, I ain't participating in none of the protests. I support the protests. I know.
Right.
I mean, I like where it's going. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely.
Getting some
I'm
attention.
Yeah, right. So I'm proud of it all, and but I mean, for me personally, my personal take on it is that I feel like when we were saying that, I was saying protests 2 years ago, because we got to attack the economy. Nobody didn't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, and it didn't make sense, because it ain't what people wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now they want to go out there over police brutality, but guess what? We wouldn't have police brutality now if we would have protested years ago and then affected the economy. Because now we want to affect the economy because we want change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we could have protested 10 years ago. We could have protested in '96 when Tupac said it. Like we could, so many people been telling us, but it ain't what we wanted to do, so it ain't nobody do it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
So
that's where we at with it.
why do you think this one kind of like went, well, this was like the last straw, or it's like, this is it, something needs to be done. What's your thoughts on the reason why it went to this level from this last killing?
Who said it? What to what level? Who said it ain't over yet? I mean, we
Well,
don't
it's
know
at a
if we gonna
higher
go
level
back to
than normal.
calling back to sleep. I mean, every time it happens, we say, "Is this the last straw?" Right?
Well,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
It escalated, but we don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's the last straw, but then where do we go from here? Oh,
right.
just police reform, system reform. But what changes are you really making? Oh, all right. So now we going now. Oh, they antagonizing us for our voting power, for our influence, so they can be the most powerful in their circles. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, we got we question everything. You know what I'm saying? We gotta look down the road what this look like and who did. We gotta look at it from every angle. We're not looking at it from every angle. We only looking at it from our point of view.
Well, it's a start, so we'll just have to see what happens. So it's definitely a start.
But I support it though. Like, we got this mask right here. You know what I'm saying? Like the Black Lives Matter, the street sign. You see that?
Right. Yeah, I saw that.
That's the
That's
street
pretty
sign
dope.
with the black
That's
line.
pretty dope. To
Yeah,
have
and
the street.
this when they painted in the street with the street sign, because
Okay.
we got a street and all that, you know what I'm saying, named right in front of the White House. Murray Bowser did that. So, I'm in support of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not anti the movement. I'm definitely, if I see things from all angles. I understand
Right.
everybody.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about peace and for all things. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love
Right.
for real. So, I mean, however we gotta get to it, I just feel that we gotta be honest. Like Obama said on his Zoom, he said it's time to make them uncomfortable. We don't want to make nobody uncomfortable. We so scared to make, and I'm not a racist or anything, but we're so scared to make white people uncomfortable by telling them the truth. We gotta tell them the truth. We are better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're better than you. We're God's children. It's no lie. This is what y'all have done. Y'all have caused all these catastrophes across the country, across the world, across history. That's not right. Look, this is a Christian country, and how are you not running in the eyes of God? You got this going on, this going on. Everything needs to be broken down, corrected. We have to get to the root of the problem, and we got to say it up front and be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? We live by our music. So
We do. We do.
you know what
So
I'm saying?
what's the message that you're getting out there to the listeners in your music?
Um, it's a lot of them. It's life. It's going through the process, and you're hearing my stories just like you would read a book, and you listen to it, and you read that book, and you apply that book to your life. You know what I'm saying? Because through my stories and through my projects, so like since at the end of 2019, December 2019, that's when I started releasing projects.
Mm-hmm.
I've released 5 projects since December 2019 to date, right? So and I started with my my gospel rap album, because I was in that space, and
Mm-hmm.
that was called Art Covenant. And so that was just pushing, and art, and biblically speaking, the Ark Covenant is the presence of Jesus. Wherever, in the presence of God, wherever the Ark Covenant was, that's where the presence, they so called the presence of God was there. So I felt when I was in Africa, I was just living, and it hit me to come back, because the culture wasn't exuding the presence of God.
Mm.
So that's
Okay.
what our covenant was. It was it was the gospel of what I was bringing to the table. Then I went with good news, you know what I'm saying? Because the gospel was good news. Then you know what I'm saying? So then it was a double entendre on I'm back. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody here that's got something that isn't influenced by to lead you astray. Then I did I think after that was I'm Coming Home, with the cover of one of I was visiting my father in the penitentiary system in Kentucky. I was a little kid, and it was a picture of us. So that was I'm Coming Home, which is basically back. I'm coming back home. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable now. And then I dropped Beyond Today, and then and that Beyond Today was about thinking past the present. You know what I'm saying? Like because I'm a firm believer in your words manifest your reality. So the words you speak, choose your words wisely and how you speak, because it pushes that message into the universe. And if you think a negative, you know what I'm saying, so it shall be. So like we just so that was just because one thing I believed in rapping when I was when I wanted to be a rapper, and we was in the studio at 15, 16, 17, like the way I was rapping as a kid, the way I live now, I was rapping that as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like niggas in the hood were feeling me because I was talking about palm trees. You know what I'm saying? But I've been to Miami ample of times. I visited every island in the Virgin Islands. So you know what I'm saying? It was like I've talked that, and so like when I really be kicking it, right? So when I really be kicking it, it's like I've lived it though. So I know it's real. You might, when I say it to you, you might not be feeling it, and you might be thinking I'm lunching. I'm just one of these yahoos out here, but I ain't, because I really did this. You gotta remember, I got 20. I'm, you know what I'm saying, like that. At 16, I'm 36. That's 20 years. I've actually fully experienced it. You know what I'm saying? So when you got it like that, it's like, all right, but I can't let nobody shake me because I know. You know what I'm saying? So when niggas be trying to tell me, you can't tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't, because I really did it. When you ain't really did it, if you try to tell me I can't do it, that means you ain't really did it. I really did it. I was in Africa. We went to church in Africa. So they, when we go back to Africa, and we talk to people in Africa, we try to give them hope, because it's rough out Africa. You know what I'm saying? So like when those are our people and we care, when we really got a testimony, we go share that testimony with them. And when we was out there, they was talking about just faith. You know what I'm saying? God does the unthinkable, unimaginable, right? So I was lit. Yeah, I'm like, man, let me see. So I get right real strong, right? I get right real strong, right? Man, we hit. Me and my wife, we go to a meeting the next morning. Man, so many people supported the cause that next morning. Money fell out the sky the next day. And that's what the nigga said in church the night before. Yeah, Africa, man, people was like, yeah, we like it. Boom, 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 hit us.
Okay.
Money fell out the sky the next day.
Money falling out the sky. That has to be.
That's what I'm saying. So like when niggas tell me, like I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing, because like I got on my project Superheroes that's coming out in August on my birthday, right? I say I don't do this because y'all told me. I do this because God told me.
So you put out 5 projects, you said, from the top of the year to now. Are those albums or EPs, or what are they?
They're pieces to a puzzle.
Pieces to a puzzle. Okay, so what's the end goal?
They brush strokes, Bree. They brush strokes.
What's the end goal? Like you plan on putting out some? You said another one coming out in August. So how many?
I'm releasing them. I'm releasing them. My original goal was to do them every week. You know, I just want
album every week.
You know, man. You already know. Like my original goal. I wanted to keep. I mean, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I work. So like,
okay.
I mean, I'm they ain't gotta be full 20 track joints. I mean, I'm doing them as fast as I can get them. Like I got so much other stuff in the building process and with quarantine. Like and I just things have been going so good that it was like I had to kind of slow down because I want to do something bigger. But we was I mean, I rap every day. I'm in the studio. I write. I love what I do. So I wake up, I clock in like I'm at a job.
So,
if I don't want to work, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Out of all those albums, though, do you have like one that sticks out the most?
The Chronic.
The Chronic.
The Chronic. Okay. That's my baby right there. That's my baby right there. Got to get that link in my bio. The Chronic. The Chronic was my baby. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Like I've heard, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean I can't do that? Like it's and culturally I understand and I respect that. And the Chronic, that Dre album was sacred. You know what I'm saying? And I but I felt entitled to it because of what on the grind I'm on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like their chronic and my chronic is different. The definition of chronic is consistent. You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
I'm just speaking.
I was gonna ask you, I mean, I know that had to have some inspiration behind it, you know.
Yeah.
Chronic. But
yeah. Okay. It's a 6-track, it's a 6-track joint produced by Tree Gotti. You know, like I was mentioning earlier, he produced for Master P, Lil Pump, Boom Gang. He was on tour with Boom Gang. You know, he got a platinum plaque with Lil Pump. He did the one. Who else? I think Wayne was on the Lil Pump one or something. Like he produced that one. I forgot who it was though. That was featured on that song with Lil Pump. But then he did some big records that was cranking real hard while he was in the camp with P. Oh, he produced for Fat Trail too. And Rick Ross, he did a song that Fat Trail and Rick Ross did too. So, and he produced the whole project, man. We got in the lab, and you know, I always been a fan because he promoted. I threw a birthday party with him, a yacht party. I sponsored this yacht party back in the day, so we built a relationship from that, and we went from there. And I've always been on the scene. So, you know, he was the man, you know, he's the big time producer. So I was always been a fan because in my core, I was a rapper, you know what I'm saying? So like, I just always be like, damn, man, I would punish them beats. So I just went to him when I was like, man, I'm out now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm everything walking right now. So he shot me some joints and I punished them joints, and that's the Chronic, you know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah, so that's you know, that's it. So I ain't gonna hold you, man. Good talking to you, and let's do this again sometime.
Okay, well, thank you so much for checking in with Hip Hop United.
All right.
All right, bye bye.